thing, man. First off, I'm gonna start off by introducing myself. A lot of you guys probably know me as Charles on here, aka King Chuck. Today, I'm inviting my cousin Omegga. He is going to be my right hand man. We're going to start this journey together. This is our first official day. I'll go into a little bit about myself real quick and I'll pass on to my cousin. But I'm a 36-year-old man right now living in Seattle, Washington area. Born and raised in Sacramento, California. Been living up here in Seattle for 4 years now. Have three beautiful children. Just went through some tough times in my life this year with something that that I'm happy to get myself back. Going and gaining my confidence back, get myself back to where I used to. So that kind of got me on this journey to want to start talking more. Me and my cousin, he's been somebody that I've been talking to every single day. And we just said, hey, man, we always have a lot of good topics. We always talking about a lot of good stuff. Let's put this shit on YouTube. So that's what we decided to do. We don't know where this is going to take us, but we're just hoping that you guys follow this journey along with us. And, we're just going to speak our point of views. Anybody is here welcome. We welcome everybody here, all walks of life. Please, we want you guys to engage, leave comments, chat, subscribe to us because we're going to speak that real shit. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to my cousin Dyson.
Man, what's going on, y'all, man? My name is Omegga from Sacramento, California. Man, I got a family, got a wife and a beautiful daughter, and just trying to figure out how to raise this beautiful daughter in this great country we call the United States, man. We just got to figure this out, man. A lot of things that are going on in this world, we have to really address because I was always told growing up that we were the future and that we were going to be running the world soon. And our teachers always told us that, our parents always told us that. And now I'm 34 years old and my peers and my friends and everybody that's my age are starting to run this world. So it's starting to become way more serious than it was just a dream and just a talk. So we got to get it together because the responsibility is on us. It's on my generation to really start making a change. And we are breeding the future. We are going to shape the future. So we just, I don't want anybody to be scared about that. You got to embrace that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here to do. That's what humanity does. It will always move on. You know what I'm saying? But you got to always think, okay, what are you going to do significant to help it move on? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to just be somebody that just went along and just did something mundane for the rest of your life, which is fine if that's what you can do. But some people actually want to make a difference. Some people actually want to be a part of society, and that's what helps society go. So I'm just here. I talk to my cousin a lot. This man is very knowledgeable. He is a mentor to me. He's always been there for me in my life. And like he said, we always had these conversations, and it's like we're doing a detriment to anybody that if we don't put this out for you guys to enjoy. So we're here today to start for tomorrow and the next. So let's get it going.
Right on, brother.
I want to, like you said, this is the first one. So I am a family man. So you might hear some of my family, man. You guys don't hold it against me, man. I got to put my daughter back to sleep. She's like, what's daddy doing? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's live.
I think that's more organic, man. I think the people will respect that more and see that we really out here, man, living this normal life just like the rest of them. We're not no persona or no celebrities, man. We're just like the rest of everybody else. But we got strong point of views, and we think that we can bring something to the table. So here we are.
Definitely.
This journey might take people on different roads. There's gonna be different people that are gonna some are gonna agree with certain opinions, others aren't. But I think that's the whole reason why we brought this up is we want everybody to be able to come to one area to where we're able to talk without anybody's voice being unheard. So some of the things are going to be controversial, but I think this is where things that me and my cousin talk about and things that are passionate to us. So going on, what we wanted to bring this first episode was, as you guys can see in the title, it's about us black people basically not having no more excuses, being willing to stand on our own 2 feet and move ourselves as a society, but not just, just black people. This could, pertain to anybody that just wants to, not have any excuses and want to persevere. And I think, one of the biggest things that, we see a lot of people, they want to be flashy, they want to wear jewelry, they want to, put on this fake persona. And in my opinion, is to impress a certain crowd. And I'll just flat out say it, I think us black people, we have had this stigma of wanting to impress white people. Like it's hands down. I see it in everyday life. Um, and I think it starts with us, being put down, thinking that the world owes us something. We're in a free country right now. Like I said, man, we have it better. And whoever just came in, I appreciate you coming in. Please like it, drop comments, pay attention to what we're talking about because we're talking about some real shit today. Um, it's basically we're in a free country to where this is the land of opportunity. I've always felt like there's people that can come from a whole different country, not speak our language, not even being able to understand or talk to us, and they can have Chinatowns in their area. They can have a whole district for their people. They support their people. They eat their own food. They shop at their own grocery stores, and it's the same thing that I've seen with the Mexican community. Anywhere, man, they have their own personal stores. They have their own areas and they support their people. But for whatever reason, with our people, it's this block. We don't want to support each other. We're envious of each other. We're jealous of each other. It's this hate that's built in from within that, I think I have an idea where it comes from. But for the most part, I think it's just we're trying to get accepted by somebody else so bad that we're overlooking all of our own values. And we're trying to get accepted by people that are like, man, we're trying to build our shit together. Like you were saying earlier, we can't be mad at other people for wanting to have their race and their nationality on a whole nother level. So they're not gonna give a fuck about what we're doing. They're gonna worry about what they have to worry about, and that's making sure that they're on top. So us looking at them for a handout doesn't necessarily mean anything. So I mean, they're not gonna care about that, in my opinion. So I think a lot of that has to do with us wanting to please them people, and like I said, being oppressed, accepting handouts is one of our biggest flaws. And I'll just flat out say it. That is something in the system, in my opinion, to keep us down. You know what I'm saying? You looking at people getting handouts, that's encouraging motherfuckers not to work. You know what I'm saying? You're accepting free shit from the government. And I'm not just saying all black people, don't get that confused, but I'm talking to my people because that's who I'm trying to reach out to. So if you're a person who's relying on the government, basically they're telling you, we're giving you this. And if you go and work and you make a certain amount of money, you can't get this. So it's easy for a person to not want to. And then what is that doing? That's preventing you from working, building generational wealth, buying homes, putting yourself in a position to where you can build your family, you know? And I think that's a huge thing that's going missing. And I'm going to let you kind of wing it onto this, cousin, on where you think that kind of starts from, because I know you looked up a lot of history on where this hate, this greed, and even the press on accepted handouts from the government, where that starts and how that could be a detriment to our society, man, and how we have to like look beyond that, man, and build ourselves up and not fucking worry about that. Go out there and go get it.
Well, I mean, it's a plan, bro. It was all a plan. It was all designed. So this nation, it basically came together. They were poor. A lot of people came from overseas. The pilgrims and everything. Those people were the outcasts. They were the downtrodden that got sent over here basically uh, to colonize, but to die. Okay, if you go over there and you see what's over there in America, if y'all survive, y'all survive. If you don't, you don't. Well, the first two winners, the pilgrims was out here. They was dying. They had to learn how to survive, and they learned how to survive through the Native Americans. And that sense of survival is something that kept them going in a sense to where they were able to manipulate the situation. They didn't come over here with a lot of money. They didn't come over here. It was a lot of trickery. It was a lot of underhanded stuff. And what people don't really want to admit is that United States didn't have enough money to just outright buy slaves. It wasn't a whole bunch of ships from the United States going to Africa picking up
Right.
slaves. Slave trade was going. There was already slaves. There was already black people in the United States before the Pilgrims got here. The Native Americans, you know, I know everybody unfortunately doesn't want to be black for some reason, but the Native Americans are black. All the civilization before the Europeans came to Spain, they were black. The reason why you have European blood in you is because the Spanish came and they colonized and they came over to these black countries before Columbus and all that, and they were breeding and having babies and doing what people do. In the history books, they want to just say, hey, this is how it was. People came over, blah, blah, blah. We know they came over, they was having sex. They was
Right.
doing a lot of breeding,
Right.
inbreeding. So you're getting different races, you're getting different cultures. Native Americans. Long story short, the slave trade was already going and booming. The United States, those pilgrims and all that in the north, they found out about that. They were like, oh, okay, I see what you guys is doing. So we need a couple little slaves. There was already slavery going on in the United States before that. The white folk, the European, was like, oh snap, how do we get on with this? They started
Right.
doing treaties. They
Right.
started doing things to push westward. A lot of the Native Americans was trading for guns and stuff like that. That's the nitty gritty, underhanded, back alley stuff that people don't want to talk about. Long story short, yes, we did get enslaved. They got enough slaves to come and they started working. But what if we don't have enough workers and we can't afford to buy workers? What do? We got to make them. They started breeding. We if you look under your foot, cousin, you are made in America, brother. Literally in a barn, in a farm, and you got Native American blood. That's why we got Native American blood,
Right.
African blood, white blood, all of them mixes, because they was really in those farms breeding us, bro. Those breeding farms. And when you have a country that sells their people, when you got other countries that's treating people like they're nothing, and then they get to your shore, how you gonna treat those people? You think you're gonna treat them with
Right.
respect? You think you're
Right.
gonna treat them with honor? Why do I have to? You're on
Right.
people soldier. You know what I'm saying? You're secondhand goods. This is what you do. You know what I'm saying?
That's how
So
they viewed us.
yes,
Right.
there's revolts. There was all those things. So I can't kill my commodity. That's bad for business. So what did they start doing? They started using religion. They started telling them, hey, look, slaves should treat their slave masters as they would treat God. Things of that nature. Now, if I'm from a different country and you're saying words I don't even understand, but if I don't act like I understand it and you beat me, I'm gonna start understanding it, right? Like
Right.
when he
Right.
says something out that book, I'm just gonna be like, yep, yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I
Right.
don't want to get
Right.
beat. So then it starts to become indoctrination. Now it's in my soul. I don't care what is in that book. Whatever is
Right.
in that book and whatever that book says,
Right.
I love it because he
Right.
loved it. And I'm gonna
Right.
do exactly what he said because if I don't, this is what's gonna happen. And you start forming a sense of security even in that kind of environment. You're like, okay, I know if I start picking up this religion, this is gonna make me a little bit more acceptable. I'm not looked at as a savage. We have solid human moments.
Right.
And that's where it starts. Then over time, as the breeding starts, you got the younger generation. They don't know no different. They don't know their heritage. They don't know that. This is all we know. So you're looking at it like this is what I am. People say 400 years of slavery. They don't say 400 years of revolt. They don't say 400 years of revolution. So maybe you was like the first 150 years, y'all was Africans. That next 100 years, y'all was niggas. Y'all was African Americans. Y'all was bred. So it was about
Right.
250. Okay, so now we in say 300 years of slavery, 100 years before it was abolished. That was commonplace. Can you fathom 100 years from now? No. 100 years from now, we'll be free.
Right.
You, me, we're thinking like that's a 100-year pipe dream. I'm not gonna never see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We're in
Right.
commonplace.
Right.
We going along. We just getting along. Not saying that there wasn't people trying to get out of that struggle because we have that now, but I always felt when Kanye says slavery was a choice, everybody isn't articulate. Everybody doesn't know how to express what they feel. He wasn't saying slavery was a choice. He's saying the slave mentality and the way we think of ourselves is a choice. You chose to go work in the field. You could have died. You chose to live, which is survival. But you chose. You chose. And we do that now. We can get businesses, but we get Benzes. We can get
Mm.
banks,
Mm.
but we getting bust downs. We're choosing this. We're choosing it. And that's what it's leading into. Yes, there was they're going to go against us. But in a sense, why don't we stop and think maybe we're living in a lot of feminine energy because the lead of the Asian community is an Asian man. The lead of the white community is a white man. The lead of the Indian community is an Indian man. The lead of the black community is a strong black woman.
Mm. Wow.
That is the most
Wow.
revered person in the black community.
Wow.
That black woman, you can't say nothing about her. But these black men, you can say whatever you want to. You can downtrot them, and that's on us. That is on us. We've been living in that energy, wanting to be accepted and all that. Do you want to know why I say it's feminine energy? Masculine energy is rooted in competition. They did a study on this. Boys, they when they had free
Mm.
play, they would go and they would gravitate towards games that were competition based, like basketball, football, just naturally. That's just what they wanted to do. Yes, there was a couple girls, yes, but the majority of it was boys. When girls had the same option, they went to games that were inclusive, not competitive, like
Mm.
hopscotch, house. And when there was a conflict with the boys, they used a hierarchy. They used a okay, flip a coin. Okay, who can kick the farthest? Whatever to solve that resolution. When the girls got into a conflict, they just stopped playing. We don't want to play no more. And that's what keeps us down. There is a respect level in that masculine energy where if we as a race and as black people actually look like competition, the respect level would be there. They
Mm.
don't respect us. They don't have to because we want to be accepted so bad. We please just like me, please just be around me. No, I want to respect you. Then I'll like you. No, show me that. So what? Yeah, we did that to y'all people. Yeah, we did. We did. We did. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Thank you.
You feel me? We did all that. All that you talking about. We buck broke you. We burnt all your stuff. We did all of that. And all you want to do is sit at the table and eat with me. So I'm gonna do it again because you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You
Wow.
can't do that to no Asian families. You can't do that to no Indian families. You can't do that to no other race. But you, bro, and that's on us. It ain't the white. They ain't supposed to do that. There's other
Why
races
would
ain't
they?
supposed
Right.
to do that.
Right.
We was talking about it earlier. They talk about the Mexicans cutting lawns and doing all that. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Stupid. We'll cut the best lawn and get all that money. We'll sit out here. They out here in Sacramento, they started pitching cousin as tents. They got tents all over Sacramento. Anybody that's from Sacramento, watch this right now. They know you can pull up and get you a burrito, some tacos, a torta. They got tents, just a regular tent awning in a parking lot in O'Reilly's.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow.
They are hustling. You don't think that they hear the little chatter from people? No, they keep their money in house. They don't care. But every gas station and every liquor store you go to, it's an Indian family in there, brother. And the tire shops.
And I've seen
There's
that,
a
cousin.
Chinatown.
I've seen that,
Go
cousin.
ahead, go
Like,
ahead, cuz.
and like when you're talking about the talking about like yo coming, and I've seen different races come into a Mexican place and be like, hey, amigo, or say something like that. With us, we're gonna get out of, you say something that's near racist to us, we'll lose our company to protect that fucking
Bro.
N word, to protect an N word or something. What did you call me? Not knowing that's what they could be trying to do. They mad that why are you saying you got your own business? You're set up here, so I'm gonna try to come and do something to say something to undertone. Man, them Mexicans look at you. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, sir. And they'll play right along with you. Play right along with
Mm-hmm.
your ass and say 17.99, twenty
Thank
ninety
you.
nine.
Like, and I know I was getting long-winded, my bad, y'all.
No,
It
no,
just
no,
is
no,
a
no.
passionate
I
thing,
just
man. It
wanted I
bothers
wanted to
me.
validate your point,
No,
cousin.
no,
I
no.
want you to keep going. Please keep going, cousin. Please.
No, bro, because it's just true. It's true. It's us, man. Like we have some of the richest people as black people in this time that we've ever had. You know,
Bowser.
we spend the black dollar. We spend billions of dollars a year on nothing. So we have the money. We don't have no grocery stores. We don't have no banks. We don't have nothing. Do you want to like people laugh when Richard Simmons did the rush card? You should have got your rush card. Something like it's like we don't establish anything and say this is ours. We can do that now. Yes, they're saying, well, we did it with Tulsa, Oklahoma. We did it with Arkansas, and they burned down nice. I get all that. I know that history. So what? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Because one thing I know is that ever since the United States has been established, they have been doing every single thing possible to stay the power. They go and they be in Africa doing stuff. They be in
Man,
Europe
man,
doing stuff. They the most backhanded, back
man.
alley country that you'll ever meet. They are not going to worry about us. They don't care. They got other stuff to worry about. They've been back alleying everybody. This is what they do. They're not just doing this to us. We just got to stop thinking it's so personal. They're like, it's not about you. We do this to everybody. We are going to be superior to everybody.
Everybody,
Like,
yeah.
it's just y'all are a part of everybody. You don't get that?
Y'all
Like
see
we
what we
don't
did to
care
them
about it like
Indians?
that. It's not even that serious. But we're going to oppress you because we can, and we built our country on that. So we're going to keep doing it. You don't want to be racist no more. Than you don't turn the key in your door right now because it's racist where you live. The way we set it up, that whole town is racist from your whole jurisdiction to your whole social security code. So you want to go stand in the middle of the street? Go stand in the middle of the street, or you can shut up and get what you can do. But this is all I'm gonna give you, brother. I'm not gonna empower somebody that I'm oppressing. Then that makes you a peer. That's not good for business. like you're dumb. Like, and that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop being so like it's not that serious. Let's just build ourselves up.
Man,
Yeah.
cousin, I think bro, you couldn't have said it any better. And I'm glad that you brought just the history. I know sometimes, when you were first starting, people are like, where are you going with this? But it all wrapped around being wanting to be accepted. Like the whole country was
Yes.
built off of that. So they're not gonna give a fuck about you coming and crying and you wanting to sit at their table. And like I said, if anything, if you outshine them, they're really gonna take that as so. So at the end of the day, it's just about building your shit up. And I mean, it goes back onto we got it better than we had than the people before us. I mean, the people before us was the first there was a first black police officer, there was a first black governor, there was a so, which means every single day we got it better than the day before. So there's no excuses to be made. Like I said, if these people could come from other countries, not speak a language, and set up a town in every single major city in the United States, what does that tell you? That means that there's opportunity here. They left their land to come here to seek better opportunity. And so, and that doesn't necessarily, I mean, some educate themselves and some use what they got. Not all these people that are running these businesses are going and getting PhDs and going to 4-year universities like me and you. We didn't go to a 4-year university. We like to talk. We like to do this. So hey, let's use our voice and our knowledge, and let's try to get out there and put it to work. So I think it's about us just wanting to support each other, man, and not be looking for a handout, because ultimately this system is designed for us to want a handout, stay on that handout, which ultimately you cannot build generational wealth. I mean, if you don't have a job, guys, you can't collect Social Security. Social Security is so that you can retire. Every time you work a job and they take out a little bit of Social Security, that money is entitled to you. And a lot of people made that, they just don't know, they don't pay attention. That money is entitled to you when you get older and you can't work anymore. You have a check every month that will come to you depending on how much you worked. So just think that if you got a
Yeah.
whole bunch, thousands of millions of people who are deciding to be on government aid, and it's just a fact, like more, us, our people, and a lot of other, people in poverty, nationality in poverty, they are on government aid. You likely cannot have a job, or you're kicking out the head of the household, which is the man, which is the leader of the household, the person that's going to be there to protect and provide. You get him out of there, because if he's in here, you're making too much money. So now we got to do some sneaky shit under the cover. We got to go and do illegal shit, which now puts ourselves at jeopardy to get locked up and go to jail. Now we got, shit on our record. So now when we do want to say, hey, I want to straighten my life up and go out and try to get myself a job, now my record's screwed over. So now we really have this excuse, and it's a chain reaction, man. And they're paying for these jail systems to be bigger and bigger because they know that this system is designed to be a recycle. So that's why I say, man, and I'm not on here to speak any political views. I don't really support either side, but I will tell you this: the democratic system, and I learned this from my cousin, man. The dude speaks a lot of stuff. The cousin I'm with right now is literally designed that welfare shit and depend on this and depend on that to keep us oppressed. And when the white people and the Republicans are sitting up there saying, we want you to go out and, this and pay, I don't want people taking my taxes. No, what it's making you do is pick yourself up by your fucking bootstraps. You go out there and you make an honest living, and you'll see how you feel, about people taking your taxes, and people that don't work for a fucking living, you're paying basically for them. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, man, guys, being oppressed, following this government rule, this new way of going, the left, and going too far left. I mean, how far is too far? And I mean, we'll kind of lead. I mean, maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. Now we're gonna kind of get that, probably some of that to the next video. But I think we should probably get into it a little bit. With the way society is changing. I mean, as you can see, they wanted us to follow, and they built Trump to be some crazy ass person, which the motherfucker is crazy. He is crazy, but you see how much propaganda was in our news every single day. Like he was this bad, he was this bad, he was this bad, he was this bad. And it was like as soon as he went out of office, just magically all those things just magically disappeared. But in reality, they were fighting for a certain thing that they wanted, and they wanted, and it's called control. And so, and that's what it is. And so then Republicans are about no paying taxes, which would, not taking hella money out of your taxes, which I'm about, and they're about, getting out there and working. And I got a lot of things that on the Democratic side I agree with, but there are some things that right now is things are going a little too left to where things are getting to our school. I have to be careful if I call a person a woman a ma'am. I mean, because I have to walk on eggshells. Yeah, man, it's getting that, and that's a whole,
Crazy.
like I don't, and like I said, man, I'm not against any side, but at some point the world was what it was, man. And I was doing a delivery today, and there's a young gal in there, and she kind of look, she's a little, keeps a short hair, and she kind of, wears like, boyish type clothes. And she was giving me my delivery, but she's still a woman. She's still a, I can clearly see, she has a, soft voice, and she handed me my delivery, and I said, "Thank you, ma'am." And as she's walking back, I had to like pause myself, and I was like, damn, I hope that I didn't offend her, because like some people, there's this new thing now. That's why they say, don't call me a he, she, because I don't perceive myself as that. So at some point, what where do us people who grew up in this fucking world forever, and that's always been a girl, this has always been a boy, and now I have to walk on eggshells on how, and that is, guys, that is who we vote in the office, things that we vote in the office. they are able to push rules. It's not about taking a side like you're going on against Democrat. No, it's about if you go too far left, you have to realize what's happening. They're in control now. Remember, we did all of that. They're in control. Trump's out. He's gone. But look what's happening now at an alarming rate. Look what's happening. We had cross dressers. I'm gonna let my cousin get in here twerking at a preschool. And you're wrong if you go in there and say that I don't want my kid going and seeing that. So whether you on what there's still gonna be a legitimate amount of people that don't feel like that's right. So all those people who've been living in this world forever should just go. And that's where the discussion, guys. I want to hear it. I'm not, if there's a side in here and they feel a certain way and that I should be educated on, let me know your point of view because that's why we're doing this. And man, I'm gonna let you go ahead, man, before I get myself in trouble on our first episode.
Nah, I mean, to be honest with you, you can't get yourself in trouble by trying to figure
Uncover
it
your
out.
mic, cousin.
The,
There you
the
go.
the cold part about it is that how could you get yourself in trouble by trying to figure it out? It's a problem that we can't even ask questions. It's always just I just have to know. I don't know. I didn't know when I was young. Somebody told me, so I got to get taught. And it's the I don't. I look at it like this: you can do what you want to do, but you're trying too hard to try to convince me otherwise. And if you have to try to convince me, then you're not that. Let's go. I don't even care if you're a man or a woman. Let's go here. There's some transgender people that look the part. You wouldn't even tell. It's meritocracy too. You gotta earn it, man. We don't want to earn nothing. You can't just go throw on a wig and say I look like a girl. No, because there's some dudes out there that, bro, you better check out the hood, bro.
He
And
said check out the hood.
even if you do, it's still like, bro, because they do the gender assignment. So if you go all the way above and beyond and you do all of that and you present as a female, you got me. What am I going to say? I'm not going to, if you got me, because I done seen a lot of people that are transgender and I'll call you by what you want because you're presenting like that. You look like a
Right.
girl. You want to be a girl? You look dead on one. You want to
Right.
be a guy? You look just like him. But don't just go cut your hair and go put on a plaid shirt and then tell me to call you Todd. Like it don't work. I'm not gonna do that. And that's not that I don't
Right.
care. Like you can feel how you want to feel. That's great. I can feel how I want to feel too. You're not gonna tell me I'm just wrong just because you feel like you're right. That's great. You can feel how you want to feel. I'm gonna feel how I want to feel, and I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'll call you Todd. I don't care, but you're not gonna. I'm not gonna sit up here and play these games and all that. No, dude. Like if you can't have a baby, if you can't get impregnated, then you're not a woman. If you don't have sperm in your testicles, you're not a man, and that's just where I leave it. So I don't care about all that. Everything else under the sun, you can go ahead and have fun. But what you were saying about the left is true because one thing we got to understand, even when it comes to the left and those ideas, we just think that just because you might be right about a certain situation, that you're a sane person. So that goes with both ways. Wherever you trying to uh, vote, if you want to vote right, left, middle, you need to like do the homework on that person. You know what I'm saying? That person can have like a mental disorder. So even if you want to say Donald Trump, even if he was trying to bring back the economy and everything, he may have been bipolar. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that. Like we have to always think that maybe this person isn't of sound mind and body just because they may have a couple ideas I like. The way they're going about it is a little narcissistic or it's a little, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't tend to do that because we want to push our agenda so bad. And the
Mm.
people that get you in trouble are the ones that don't have to take responsibility. Always remember that those hype up people. You're the spokesperson. You're trying to push it, and you got all these people rah because their social media is not going to get hit up. Their
Mm.
family's not going to get involved in no slander or death threats. So they're hyping you up to push their agenda. So you always got to watch that too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's where I feel like a lot of the conversation is went. We're not even able to have a conversation. Like you said, I don't even know, but you're scared to even ask her. Why can't I walk up to you and be like, "Hey, bro, what you want to be or whatever"? Like it should just be common. Even if I do
Right.
mess up, you can be like, "Hey, I get it. We trying to figure this all out. I'd rather go buy this, and that, and the third." You want to get so hostile about it, but I don't know, man. You were right though. You got to watch who you vote for because they are going to dictate your life, man.
And that's all we're trying to say. And I think for the most part, that's the only way we're gonna change, guys. And we'll probably start talking about generational wealth and the importance of that. Setting up your family and how many people that I've just seen me owning my first home this year. I talked to a lot of homeowners and I'm finding out, because they ask me, they're so curious, what do you do for work? How did you, because they're so curious. But a lot of times people, we're so ready to explain and we're assuming that they got their shit together. So we're completely on, I do this. And you're trying to like build yourself to make yourself seem like validate your home. But what I do is, I do this for work. And then I kindly ask them the same question. What do you do? How did you get? Oh, my mom left me this. Oh, your mom. My grandmother left me this, or I bought, like 20 years ago when my family had moved into this house. This house was 100, 125, $200,000, and now we've stayed here forever, and now the house is worth $1 million. So now we're about to, parents are gone, but hey, that's what you're supposed to do. That's
That's
not
what you're
their
supposed to
fault.
do.
I'm not blaming them, but you got to think if my dad worked, he retired, he bought a home. When he dies, I get the house. If I already happen to have my shit together, great. If not, I'm going to have a new house. If I already had a house, I can add more additions to my house to make my value even more. When I
Hmm.
die, my kids get that. When they die, their kids get that. So it just continues to go on. All this bullshit. Why I don't need a man? I can be single for the rest of my life. Okay, so then what's that gonna do to little Johnny that's there? Little Kyron that's there. Now he has to grow up without a father because you got so much pride that you can't just submit to a man and work 50-50 with somebody. Or vice versa. You're a man, you got so much pride, I can do it on my own. I don't need nobody. And I can't work 50-50 with this woman who's trying to build with me and build some shit together because at the end of the day, sometimes you got to put your pride aside and focus on the prize. The prize is generational wealth, my people. We have to purchase property. The only way to purchase property, we got to start cleaning our credit up. The only way to be able to do that is we got to work, guys. There's no fucking other way around it. Every day we get up, we hit that alarm. Guess what? Every fucking person in the world is doing the same goddamn thing. They don't want to get up neither, man.
Yes.
You was talking about that the other day, cousin. Everybody got to work. It's just no other way around it. You try to take a shortcut, you may be shining for a minute, and then that shit can be over like that. So at the end of the day, man, we got to get out there. We cannot feel sorry. We got to get out there and work. It doesn't have to be keeping up with the Joneses. I'm watching this guy, man, and I'm gonna swing it to you in a big cousin. This dude lived in his van for a year, and Jim Carrey, shout out to him. He said, if you're not willing to live beneath your means for 1 year to live the life that you want to live forever, you care too much what people think. This dude that I'm watching, man, obviously I can't do that because I have kids. So my kids, when they come and visit me, they have to have a certain living that they're a life that they were used to, which is a bedroom and shit like that. I can't go live in my car or even an RV. I'm thinking about. I wish I could do a big travel trailer. Had they asses come over there, and then but I'm telling you what it is, guys. Is this man lived in his car and basically was in debt, and said, I'm never going to get where I need to go paying this amount of money. So he fucking sacrificed. Now, I ain't telling everybody to go and live in a car, but I'm telling everybody to live simple, more simple. It's okay. It's okay to go on and live in an apartment, and maybe if you had to downgrade and you're so worried about everybody, what everybody's going to be thinking about on Facebook, that's okay. Let them laugh. Let them laugh. You build yourself up for a year, you get your credit right, you get yourself right. The next year, you'll likely be able to put down on something and be willing to move. Get out of your fucking comfort zone. You go to the fucking South, you're able to put down. There's houses, $100,000, $200,000 in some rural places. Don't get me wrong, but hey, you're owning property. Stay there for a little bit, build it up, sell it, but you have that. So that's what we're gonna start talking about in our next video. I'm gonna let my cousin go ahead and conclude it, but this is what we're trying to start preaching, guys. It's not to brash our people; it's to try to get ourselves out of this situation, man. And we talk about it with ourselves, and we just feel like if we can reach a broader audience, that it will make people think more. And that's all I want to do, man. Is just try to educate people and get educated at the same time.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to wrap a nice little bow on the situation. I When it comes to us as people, I want us to first get our mental health together, man, and that's gonna stop with being intoxicated, man. We got to stop drinking. We got to stop smoking. And we got to stop putting bad food in our body. And that's me coming and talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna start, and that's gonna help the brain. That's all our focus is. We stay high, we stay drunk, we stay trying to eat bad food. All that grease, all that fat, all of that stuff is just bad for us. We got to make sure that we take care of our family. Whatever responsibilities we have and whatever we need to do, we need to make sure we handle that. And above all, we need to start taking care of ourselves as people. Why every time that we walk up on each other, we sizing each other up? Why we don't never come and be like, "How you doing today, brother? How you doing? How you doing? You living good? You living good?" No, we want to be looking at them like, well, "What you looking at, bro? What you looking at?" Now I'm looking at you. I admire your shirt. I like your pants. I like your tie. You know what I'm saying? We got to start
Right,
being not so
right,
prideful enough to say that to each other. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And that really be sometimes what it is. Like, bro, I just kind of like your shirt, bro. I was just kind of looking at you, but it's like I can't look at your shirt because you might whip out on me because you think I'm gonna try to rob you. We can't be in that situation anymore. And as far as um, financially, if there's black business owners in the city, I think they should come together, and we should come together, and we have to start going into these communities for real. Like, start getting like I don't know if we can rent out classes. If you can, if wherever you live, if you can rent out a place where you can have every single week, you have to have money literacy courses that you do for free. Money literacy courses. And if you want to start a business, you can come up here. We'll show you how to go from your LLC all the way into an S corp, whatever. You know what I'm saying? However you want to do it, whatever business or whatever venture you want to start. If you want to start getting your YouTube stuff together, show you how to, get monetized. If you want to get music, show you where you need to register your music and how you need to register and upload yourself. If you want to start a food truck business, show you how to become a merchant, show you how to do these things. These classes need to be available for free. We got to stop always wanting
right,
money to do something. We have to just want to do it for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? We have money literacy courses. These kids are going to learn how to start putting their money into situations that will benefit them instead of just spending. What the message is always about spending. Our music has to be different. The way we present ourselves has to be different. We have to start thinking that being professional is being white. If I come with a button up tie, you looking white, and this is my white voice. No, why don't you just say that's a proper way to talk? Why do you have to talk with ebonics? Why do
right,
you have to say that? Why does our culture have to embrace
right,
everything downgraded?
right,
That's black. Or if I do it like this, then that's black. Or if I talk with a slang, well, that's black. Well, no. If I get my business on and I talk with intelligence, that's black. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why can't that be our stigma? We got to change our image. We got to change who we are. You act
Man.
the way you feel. You know what I'm saying? You look good, you smell good, you're going to get good results. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start loving ourselves. You have to start loving your skin. You have to start loving your nappy hair. You have to really love yourself, because that's when you're gonna be able to love the people that's around you. If you're looking at your dark skin and you want to scrub it off in the shower, hey brother, you're doing a detriment to your race, man. And respectfully, you can stay over there. But the people that love putting cocoa butter and oil on their skin so it shine in the sun when it hit, that love to just pick their hair out and that's ready to take that stance,
Uh-huh.
then hey man, let's start putting in the work. I'm trying to watch my, I
No,
don't
it's
want to
hard,
cuss
man.
and
This is
stuff like that. So,
this is our
but we got to
YouTube,
start
man.
putting in
No,
the work.
no.
I was gonna say
Let it
something wrong,
fire. No,
but
let
we
it
gotta,
fire.
we gotta stop. I was gonna say we gotta stop bullshitting. So it's just we gotta start putting in the work, and that's it. And start today. Start right now. Start with one thing. If it's just your stop smoking weed, if it's just stop drinking, if it's just stop with the food, if it's just go to the Chamber of Commerce and go get that LLC, that's only gonna cost you about $150, depending on what state you in. If it's about going and registering your music in your ASCAP and getting all your royalties and signing up for Song Trust and all that, CD baby, if that's what it takes, do that today. If it takes you and your cousin having a conversation and saying, we gonna do this video today and we gonna start now and start putting this information, brother, you gotta do it right now, bro, because that's the only way we gonna get to where we need to get to, cousin. That's just it, and that's all.
Man. Man, that's it, man. And that's all we're trying to do, y'all. I hope that anybody, sees this and really understand what our message is and what we're trying to do. And so we love everybody, man. We love you guys. We appreciate, you guys even willing to be able to hear our point of view. And I think that if it's not talked about, we're never gonna fucking get anywhere. And like my cousin said, hey, I know it's hard. As a lot of us smoke weed, a lot of us drink. But even if it's like, okay, you know that's what you do and it controls your life. Um, hey, well then say I can smoke weed. I'm not gonna let the weed smoke me. So if I'm gonna have something to do, maybe I'm gonna go knock out all my business first, then when I get home, when I inhale that blunt or I smoke that weed or drink that beer, I can say I fucking earned that because I accomplished something today. I'm not gonna come and smoke weed and then just sit around and expect myself to do something. So just do it in reverse. Don't do it so much. All right, we don't want y'all to turn the channel on. So as soon as they would say her stop smoking weed, everybody was like, "Well, I can't do that." We
Well,
understand,
no, it's
guys, but let's control it. Let's just say, hey, okay, if we're not gonna stop completely, we'll stop a little bit and we'll do it towards the end of the day. Or I'm gonna go knock out X, Y, and Z this morning, and then I'm gonna go do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, guys, business always has to come first. It always has to come first. So even if y'all gotta say, hey, I can sacrifice a whole month if there's this job that you really, really want to get, and it takes you to sacrifice for a month, man. They do it all the time, bro. They'll just say, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna smoke," and they'll go cold turkey for a month, get the gig, and then you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life. So, guys, we got to start thinking about it that way. Otherwise, at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to build generational wealth, and that's ultimately what we're going to try to spill. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you enjoy what we do, please, guys, come back. We're going to try to make a video every single day. We're going to try to be consistent. If it's not every single day, it's going to be every other day, and keep you guys going. We're going to talk about this. So please like, subscribe, share this. If you guys feel like there's somebody in your family that they need to hear it, or a friend, and you can't quite get the words out, man, please, guys, share this video and just show them, like, man, I listened to these two guys and this is exactly how I feel, and put it to them. But that kind of concludes our first episode for today, man. We went 50 minutes long. Cousin, I thank you so much for being here, man, and all your knowledge was greatly appreciated, bro. We held ourselves accountable today. We were almost there,
for
guys.
sure.
We were almost going to bullshit an excuse not to make this video tonight. And we said, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're going to come here and we're going to get it off our chest. And it feels good. I can go to sleep knowing it feels so much better that I did this. So thank you, cousin.
Definitely.
All right, man. Well, that's it. That's all, y'all. Y'all have a good one. And we'll likely see y'all tomorrow, man. We're probably going to get on some generational wealth. We'll go over a little bit of this new generation modern woman and the modern man. We'll talk on that tomorrow. I can't wait to get into that video. That's just gonna be exciting. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
All right, y'all. Y'all be smooth, man.